bro, I was in school, like college, and I think Twitter had just started popping, and everybody had really cool Twitter names. And I think around that time, artists was like big on like especially black kids were big on like white rock, like Kurt Cobain had came out. So I was like, I gotta come up with something, and I was listening to Bob Marley, because around that time also, when I got to college, I was like, bro, I gotta listen to all the different music, because I wanted to be like that different kid for some reason. So I started listening to Bob Marley, Take Bob, and I started listening to the Beatles. And when I was in college, actually, I seen some movie on HBO about John Lennon, like a autobiography or some shit like that, which was really dope. So I took his last name and put them both together, Bob Lennon.
Mm. Do people ever think this is your real name?
Yeah, I always get that, yeah, but it's not. My real name's Chris.
So this is something you put together and came up with?
Yeah, most definitely.
Now, have you had any other stage names before in the past?
No.
This has been it?
Yeah, this is it.
Now, I know sometimes when people, they're branded as a name, have an image as a name, they're kind of, in a sense, stuck with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But deep down inside, some people, they wish they went under a different name. Even though, okay, you guys know me as Bob Lennon, but secretly, I really wish I went under so-and-so name. Do you ever feel like that or no?
Nah, bro. Because I've grown into Bob. You know what I'm saying? When I first started, like I said, it was a Twitter thing. And then I dropped out of school to be a rapper, and then I had to go through life and, you know, bullshit. So I've really grown to be Bob, and I love it.
Favorite song, just curious, speaking of Bob Marley, favorite song?
By Bob Marley?
Yeah, of all time, in your opinion, for you.
Buffalo Soldier.
Why that one?
That beat. There's something about the beat that just turns me up, you know what I'm saying? And it might be my hair, you feel me? Because I think the hair, I think Buffalo Soldier was really wrote for the Rastafarians who were fighting for their rebellion, but that's like my favorite song, yeah.
And on the opposite end, what about John Lennon or the Beatles?
Or the Beatles.
Yeah, favorite song from them? From either him or them?
I don't really have a favorite song from the Beatles.
Okay.
But I have a favorite song from a feature from Paul McCartney. He did "The Girl Is Mine" with Michael Jackson.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so that's like another favorite song from him. Yeah.
We'll take that answer.
I think I'm more into the culture of the Beatles. You get what I'm saying?
Ah.
And more because I haven't really been exposed to much of their music. I know about the album Abbey Road and shit like that, but I can't really think of a song that's just popping out in my head.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
Now, what is your ethnicity?
I'm black, bro. Yeah, it's just black.
Do people guess this when they meet you, or do they think you're something else when they meet you?
Nah, I never had anybody ask me that.
Do you speak any other languages aside from English?
Money. Yeah, that's it.
Fluently?
Yeah, fluently,
Okay.
yeah.
Just curious. Now, what about racism? Throughout your life, did you face obstacles being black in America?
Yeah, bro. Cool fact about me, I played golf growing up, and not like country club golf, because I grew up in Macon, bro, in the hood, and I played golf at a public golf course, which was predominantly black. But when I went to college, I actually got like a scholarship, you know, the dream or whatever. I really realized that I didn't want to play golf anymore because of the lifestyle and the culture of golf, because I was playing at country clubs. And I remember one particular incident. I was on the range, it's like the practice area of the golf course, and the coach was going down the line talking to all the other players, who were white, by the way, about some dinner they were having, and they all were talking about going to the dinner, and I was just waiting for him to come to me with the invite, and he never did. And I think like right after that, I decided, hey, I don't want to play golf anymore. I'm going to be a rapper full time or some shit like that. Yeah.
When that incident did happen, how did you cope with that? How'd you deal with it?
It really made me closer, because to be real, bro, growing up in Macon, in an urban place, like I was telling another interviewer one time, when you're different, bro, and you grow up around, like, I guess the same shit, you want to, like, get out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, my whole, like, high school career, I told myself I'm going to go to a white school, like a predominantly white school. And then when I got to a white school and I experienced racism, it made me closer to blacks. You know what I'm saying? Which is weird, but it did.
Now, when you did play golf, was Tiger Woods motivation or inspiration for you?
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. Growing up, bro, Tiger Woods was like, just like I tell her all the time, like my family is like, I guess the normal black family. You know, you got your drug dealers, your thugs. You got your grandma who goes to church, and your mom who works hard because she wants you to be something. But yeah, I didn't really look up the drug dealers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like even now, you know, I take care of myself, you know, through the streets or whatever. But I never really looked up to that life. I always wanted the picket fence and the golden retriever, cause I looked at Disney Channel and I thought that was cool. Like my dad and my cousins getting locked up for drugs wasn't cool to me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like as many positive role models as I could have in my life, I really looked up to them growing up.
Was that what got you into golf?
Nah, bro. I grew up with my grandparents, and they always kept their channel on the news channel, and golf was on. And I went outside, and my granddad had a golf club by chance, I guess God or whatever, and I couldn't hit the golf ball. And my grandma was like, "You ain't coming back in until you hit the golf ball." And every day after school, I started doing it. And then they took me to the neighborhood public golf course, and I was just really motivated. I guess the same way I am with music, because I didn't stop with music. You know, like I think I sucked at music at first, you feel me? But I never quit, and it was the same way with golf.
Now, have you had the opportunity yet to travel overseas, outside the United States?
Nah, but it's coming, because I got a lot of international fans lately.
You do?
Yeah.
Is it a particular country you notice?
I think Germany. Yeah.
They're gravitating towards your music?
Yeah, and second is Canada. It's not like by the bunches, but it's a pretty good number. You know what I'm saying? Where I could do a few meet and greets.
Do you want to visit these places in particular, or is there another place outside of the U.S. you really want to visit?
Australia. I feel like Australia has the best music fans. Yeah. I feel like they really love the Bobs over there.
Now, what about as far as colorism? Skin tone discrimination. Sometimes in the black community you'll hear light skin versus dark skin and things of this nature.
Yeah.
Did you ever face any of those type of obstacles?
No.
Growing up or in your life?
Nah, cause I mean I'm not really that light, you feel me? But you know, kids crack and joke on each other, you feel me? Regardless, so I mean I had to deal with that shit.
Now, what about music-wise? Have you ever faced any obstacles due to racism or colorism? Music-wise?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like I said, I'm from Macon. Back home, when you start out, when you're on the urban side of music, you're urban, and back home, like urban doesn't really get show money. You know what I'm saying? You do open mics and shit like that. But when you're on the, I guess the more alternate side or preservative side, there's more opportunities for you. And it took me a while to get to that point. But I think speaking out, I spoke out against it once on a social media platform, and a few of my fans had shared it and voiced their opinions. And it opened up a door for me where I was voted Macon's Best Hip Hop Artist 2 years in a row. And that was this year included. And that was big for me because they don't really vote for too many black guys from the east side of Macon that's rapping and smoking weed in their pictures to be Macon's best rapper. So I experienced it, but I overcame it also.
Now let's say somebody's watching this, and maybe they're going through these motions of facing racism, whether it's in music or outside of music.
Right.
And you know, they're going through these obstacles because of who they are, their ethnicity, their nationality, their race. Now, circumstances could be different for everybody, but any general advice here for somebody going through those motions right now? Anything you would say to them watching?
That's a tough question, bro.
And if you don't have any advice, that's okay too. But if you do have any advice.
I definitely have advice. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to word it.
Take your time.
Stay strong. I feel like good always wins in the end. You know what I'm saying? Even if it comes with a tragic circumstance in the middle of it. But yeah, stay strong. And voice your opinions. If your opinion is right and you know that it's just, voice it, because you never know what might come from it. Like staying quiet never change anything. That's it, bro.